Well, Peloton reporting a wider than expected quarterly loss, but more concerning is a weak holiday forecast. The business, now often described as a connected fitness company, has been dealing with declines in its subscriber base. CEO Barry McCarthy put it starkly. The bad news is we were less successful at engaging and retaining free users and converting them to paying memberships than we expected here. We've been keeping a close eye on shares of Peloton, PTO, and stock here this morning, and shares only fractionally higher by about 0.4%.
Yeah, I mean, but look at where it is. The share price right now is less than $5 for Peloton. And you think about this was a pandemic darling, where at its peak, I think it was above $100 a share. So it's really come down post-pandemic. He hasn't been able to turn this company around like he expected. He thought he could convert users who are using the app. I am an app user, but I haven't used it as much. I joined a gym, just like everybody else did post-pandemic. So that's one of the challenges. How do you keep people engaged and convert them into paying customers? Sure, you have the cult-like following, but beyond that, it ended up being a fitness fad.
There's so much to think about with regard to how difficult hardware is to consistently produce for a company, how much that can eat into your margins, and if you can't move through the inventory at as quickly as pace as expected, how investors are going to quickly sour on that. They've made some continuous partnerships that they were hoping would come to fruition, perhaps earlier than expected, Lululemon being one of those, which actually allowed them to take one of those competitors out of the market and mirror, and Lululemon essentially having a go-forward ability to kind of sunset the need to continue to take that to market and have future iterations where they had to innovate and perhaps outpace some of the innovation that was coming from competition. So more of a win for Lululemon perhaps than it was for Peloton. But at the same time, for Peloton, they've been trying to get into more of the storefronts, whether that be physical or digital, Dick's Sporting Goods, Amazon, and then even into the hotel realm to make sure that people just have the access point in order to have that first ride for some people, or just to make sure that you can log into your account for others who are digital first subscribers, but not necessarily owners of their own physical hardware connected device that sits in your home. And for some people, it's just holding laundry.
Right, and there was briefly talk about them being an acquisition target, but as they continue to perform poorly, it just decreases the case for, what is it worth now? So we'll see.